And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals here of the WardiTV Monday number 31. Whew, it's been an intense and very long event here so far. We've reached the 4-hour mark, but we have the finals ready for us. Readers are done, and we're jumping into game number 1. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss. Representing his new team, Twisted Minds, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as you can get your gamba going as we settle into that final series, this final best of 5. Let's go, baby, let's go. Again, it's been a lot more commonplace to see herO and Clem face off in these finals time and time again, and we'll see who will claim the win this time, as they often go back and forth in series and back and forth in matches. Coming into this, I'll be honest, I don't know who to favor. Like I mentioned before, that a big deciding factor here is going to be the unique map pool. Like we just have more unique maps and maps that these players are less experienced with. And we'll see how they adapt over time. As we do lead into Tokamak. Tokamak being an interesting map in the map pool here. I believe the rush distance by ground is similar to that on Ultra Love and similar to that on Ley Lines as well. So not too large of a map, but it's a little bit wider. Like there are a lot of bases here towards the edges of the map itself. Likewise, does feel a little bit more defendable on 3 and 4 bases as well. But we'll see how our players will approach this. So far, Economic Opener going for a Rax expand from the side of Clem. Meanwhile, herO going for his own Gate Cyber into expand. And I still have to get used to seeing herO representing Twisted Minds, not gonna lie. Like, I know that, like, nowadays, like, teams are a little bit less, like, solidified when it comes to, like, their like, allegiances to players and stuff like that. Especially, like, in the EWC era of StarCraft. So I guess so, but at the same time, it's just so weird because for so long, Twisted Minds, you know, they were the classic team. No pun intended, but I mean the Korean Protoss player classic. But they since let classic go. Now they replace classic with herO. I mean, it's a pretty big pickup here, of course, and great to see herO on a team. But definitely something getting used to, at least from my part. Of course, the other big pickup was Vitality. We did know that Vitality were going to pick up a Protoss player. If you remember, we were guessing it was going to be either herO or Zaun. Like those like the big. It was either herO, Zaun, or Creator. Like those were the 3 big teamless Protosses that we were looking at. That we were like guessing or predicting. In the end, herO joined Twisted Minds, and Zaun did join Vitality. Creator is still looking for a team. Still looking for a team. But really cool to see both those players were picked up, now getting supported. As we do have, oh my god, a very early, not blink, charge out of herO. Okay, so Twilight Count's opener, I just assumed it would be for a blink-based build, but no, it's going to be charge instead. So something much more aggressive, much more committed here from the side of the Protoss player, and we'll see what herO can get done. Meanwhile, oh my god, Clem rushing to a 3rd CC. That's a 3rd CC before Starport, after the factory, or maybe even before factory. Jesus, almost done at this point. Very greedy here from Clem. 3 CC. And now the pressure's on herO to punish this. So he did scout. Okay, he's aware. So he did scout the CC, so he is aware. He did scout with the hallucination. He is rechecking, rescouting. Does confirm. And now charge makes that much more sense. So this should be to punish. We should be building up towards a charge timing, forged on the way for +1. We'll see if herO can punish. Part of me, I think, would have liked to have seen, I mean, 4-gate blink would also be a way to punish this. The problem is that Clem is going to be defending and fortifying himself back at home. I don't know if herO can break this position. I mean, we'll see. Okay, waves are on the way. Reaper goes down. Clem is building himself up. Zelsa warping in back at home. Building up Zealots. Charge and +1 aren't really lined up. Now, if you remember, we saw this opener earlier in the broadcast, and like early charge does feel like either a way to be hyper aggressive or a way to punish like aggression from your opponent. But there we go, prisms on the way. We have a gateway explosion, getting up to, I believe, 6 gates. Did I say 6? Getting up to 7. So a 7-gate setup here from herO. Third base already being landed. Clem is being so greedy. Man, there's no shot. no shot, no way. Third base on the way for Clem. He's going to be landing it already. Very greedy here from Clem, and here comes herO. He's moving out. His goal here is to punish this, to knock down the third, and to knock down Clem. And he should. Like, he should have enough to break this, but we'll see. Clem is in position. He's got 1 tank so far. No bunkers. Stim is almost done. Stim will be done in time. Or will it? Uh-oh. Clem moving out. This is not the best time here. Clem, he spots the army. He's out of position. Yeah, tank is exposed. Tank's gonna be first thing to go down. He gets 1 shot off, just 1. And herO's going for the kill. He's going for the kill. He's going for the throats. Clem, he goes for the counterattack instead, going for the base trade. And herO, he's the first to hit the bases. Clem, he's racing back home. He's caught with his pen. The pants are down, Bobby. The pants are down. My shot's going off. 1 shot connects. He's getting on top of the mineral line, getting on top of the production, going for the warp in as well. And we just force field the ramp. We can. And we will. There's a force field. Clem, he's locked out of his own main. He's locked outside of the house, Bobby. We've all been there. Sounds like it's the mineral line. Mine shots. Oh! Good connections. Good connections to the mines. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Warp ins, they continue. GG gets called, and herO, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. herO, he does take the first game here. And again, Clem was just so greedy. He was insanely greedy. Charge was the go-to build to punish that greed. And herO snowballs out of control. GG. GG, well played. As a reminder, Clem, he went 3rd CC before Starport in a TvP, which is crazy. Not just that, he was also so fast to expand and to land at that third base location as well. So the punish was real. See you in chat. What's charge bad against? Oh, you mean if you go for a charge-based opener? Standard play. So if Clem, if he were to go to like a mine drop opener, like a wood mine drop opener, into tanks, into defending on 2 bases, into a delayed third, which is what's usually done. I mean, we'll probably see that build here, to be honest, as we load into Whistles of Gold. That's where charge is worse, just because you can't really do anything with it. Because if you did open charge in that sense, the Terran player would be fortified on 2 bases, with 2 tanks, with bunkers as well, and Zelts wouldn't really do anything. And it'd just be kind of like a wasted upgrade, as opposed to Blink, where Blink means you can like rotate between the bases, you can rotate between the main, between the natural, you can catch drops as well, you can defend against drops. Zelt, you can't really do that, unfortunately. So with that, we're getting into our next game. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Whistles of Gold, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Green Protoss leading the series 1-0. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. So I think that could have been much better for herO. That was like everything just lined up for herO in that game. just everything lined up. It was crazy. Like that was a charge-based opener looking at its best in game 1. Just because of the greed of Clem, and also because of Clem's move out as well, right? Like just everything lined up. But now we're getting into game number 2. But basically, charge openers only work if your opponent is being very greedy or if your opponent's being hyper aggressive, like the 2 extremes. If your opponent's playing standard, then you just fall behind. It's just, yeah. So it's a much more niche build. Which again, here he scouted the greed of Clem earlier with the hallucination. As herO pokes in. And we just see Clem going for an economic opener, going for a Rax expand. The herO, he's in position to delay, and he won't force the building to be off center. Doesn't quite block. herO pulls back. And we embrace a longer game. Let's go. Now, as we get into our map, welcome one and all to Whispers of Gold. This is not a TLMC20 map. This is a rush map. It's one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Aggression is favored on this map, and we'll see how aggressive our players are going to be. Now, we do often see, for example, factory into starport into like cyclone drop early on, like cyclone drops or tank drop openers. But with a single gas opener, we should be seeing Clem just calm down, most likely into Widow Mine, maybe into early Hellion. We'll see. We'll see where he takes us. herO does open Sentry. With the Sentry, he can hallucination scouts. He can figure out what's going on. So calming down, building up. It is going to be a Twilight Council opener out of herO. After the charge-based opener in Game 1, we should now be going back into Blink. Typically, it's not ideal to really rely on a quirky build like that multiple times in a series. You do want to mix it up. As there's that 1-1-1 from Clem. There it is. It's going to be the initial Hellion opener, so he's not going for the Widow Mine drop. Now, the purpose of this one Hellion is to move out. The reasoning for that, if you check Clem's vision, Clem, he didn't make a Reaper. He didn't make a Reaper, so the Hellion has to scout, has to patrol between the bases, ideally get across the map. It is going to be just the singular Widow Mine drop instead of double or triple. And the Hellion is scouting. So the Hellion moves out to scout. Hallucination moves in. This time herO confirms no crazy fast third CC. Remember, at this point, the third CC was already done. Was finishing up at this point in the main. This time, standard build, standard opener out of Clem. Oh, and Clem, he's not just dropping with the Widow Mine, dropping with the Marines as well. Okay, let's go. A little bit more committed. Now, this is a build that was popularized by the Korean Terrans last year, or maybe almost 2 years ago. This is designed to get economic damage. The Widow Mine ideally wants to zone. The Widow Mine zones away the Stalkers, and the Marines go for the probe damage. You know, herO, he's in the main. Shield out of the natural. Stalkers in the main base. herO, he's ready for this, and he should be able to deflect. Does deflect. A couple of wards are being pulled. The Widow Mine is... Oh no! Ooh, shot goes up. 4 probes go down. That should not have happened. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there from herO. Did lose extra workers. And Clem, he gets away. He gets away with the Marines. He gets away with the medevac. Likewise, back at home, building up his tank count. And he's getting secure. As he goes back into the main. Once again, that was deflected. Here behind this, he went 2-gate blink. Okay, so 2-gate blink into a third base. A very greedy build here by herO. He does delay. I mean, we don't even see a third gateway. Ooh, meanwhile, interception does shut down the medevac. Very nice intercept. herO shuts him down, and Clem, he should be turtling up on 2 bases. And again, this is like your standard TvP setup. And this is why something like a charge opener wouldn't really work, because it's secure in 2 bases. With Blink, though, we can blink into the main base, and we can go for the add-ons. Yeah, this tech lab is going to go down. So nice snipe. Nothing major, but this will delay Clem. Takes out the tech. Oh, calm down. Takes out the tech lab. The tank has to reposition. And Clem, he should just be staying on these 2 bases at the same time. Raven does go for some harass. Gets 2 probes. And from here, the standard follow-up is +1 in charge. Now, the reason why this has risen in popularity is that if Clem were to push on 2 bases, then he would be punished with charge. So Clem should be staying on 2 bases until he gets his 3rd base. You can see the 3rd CC is on the way. Clem, he's waiting for stim, waiting for combat shields. He should not push out without these upgrades. So he's going to be waiting at home until those upgrades do finish. Until then, herO, he's free to tech. And from here, he can tech up into either a Templar Archives or a Robotics Bay. So into either Colossus or Storm. And we have the answer. So Robo into Bay into Colossus should be on the way here for herO. So here he's working towards Colossus, gaining map control, and containing Clem. You're even getting some safety cannons. So from here we do have a bit of a lull period in the game. Clem just now breaking out to expand. Remember, Stim is done, and he wants these Stalkers. Oh! Sims in. herO, he does blink away. From here, Clem can now expand. Now take his third base. herO taking a fourth, and Clem, he can try to push out to punish that fourth. It is risky, though. There's that third. Clem, he sims forward. My biggest concern for herO is that, again, he did delay his robo, so he has no splash damage. Right now, it's just purely a gateway army. You can see Clem hoping that herO moves in. He has set the trap. Stalker breaks forward. Clem still just keeping control of the center of the map. As we get into this, a big shout out to SW Pro in the chat. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much, SW Pro, for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. And welcome to the grand finals of the WardiTV Monday. This is a best of 5. We're in game 2. Clem is pushing in. herO getting ready for a surround. A nice splits. Does avoid the missile. Zelzek coming from behind. The tanks going to get surrounded. Yeah, and Clem, he gets punished. He gets sandwiched here. The tanks are falling, but we're out of Zealots. Uh-oh. Running out of Zealots. Clem, he's moving in. Dust in forward. And without Zealots, these Stalkers are so exposed. They're so vulnerable. Now Clem, he pulls away. Stims in once again. Goes for another stim. Takes down the Observer. Again, we need those Zealot Warpins. The base is under fire, and herO, he just had to give up on the expansion. Gives up on the base. Does pull a couple of boys. Is trying to save it. Trying to. Yeah, Warpin is denied, and the base is going to fall. Massive pick off. And Clem is not done. He's not done. He's going to keep on pushing. Against Stalkers on their own, they just crumble against this army. And Clem, he's done it. At this point, he has done it. He has broken the 4th base. At this point, he can just keep pushing. But now he pulls away, playing it safe. Does pull away, but he's up, what, 60 supply. Again, Colossal production was so delayed for herO, and I don't think it was intentional. I mentioned before that I was getting ready for the Bay to be thrown down. I was surprised when I saw the Robo. So, like, it's just all very late for herO. Clem does move out. Mind shots, they shut down the Zealots. The first Colossus has finally arrived. It's too late. It's too late at this point. The Colossus won't get much done. It does fall. And from here, like herO, he just cannot keep up. GG gets called. Clem, he will tie up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. GG will play, does tie the series up. Again, herO, he just could not keep up with that army. He had a lot of Zealots, that's true, and he had a nice surround, but he wasn't able to break the main force. Likewise, again, Colossal production was heavily delayed. There for herO. With only a gateway composition, he just could not keep up, not in that main fight, not in the head-on engagements. GG. GG, well played. And with that, Clem did snowball out of control. And now we're getting into game 3. And we'll see who can take a lead, who can extend their lead here. So far, we're tied up 1-1, and we're loading into Torches. For the first time, we have never castled on this map here in this broadcast so far. We've never castled on Torches. It looks like a very unique map. I think there are some goal bases here. I think it's very vertical. We'll see. We'll see. I think I've castled on it like once. I think I've castled like one game on Torches. So I have no idea what I'm stepping into. See, did Clem just suit up? Because he got a tie. Ah, you're an animal. God damn it. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Torches, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, being forced into a tied-up series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Again, Clem, he had a very strong start last game with his initial mine drop and Marines as well. He was able to get probe damage, able to deflect against the aggression as well back at home, and eventually break out here we go. Yeah, I'm very unfamiliar with torches, so interesting. This reminds me a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of El Dorado, a little bit. So we have mineral patches here at the natural base. You can mine through these gold minerals. You can gain access to the triangular third base, and also a gold base in the center, a gold base that you share with your opponents. We have two gas geysers right next to each other, so you can fight for the gold. Interesting. We also have these massive tumors. Now, what is interesting about these tumors is that they do expire at the, I think it's the 8-minute mark. It's like 750, like 752 is when these tumors do expire. So this area of the map will eventually open up regardless. Otherwise, you can expand linearly. Here towards the left-hand side. Interesting base. There is a choke point here that, again, eventually does open up as well. But a decent choke point to defend. This area here in between the natural and the third is very open, very wide open, very exposed. I'm sure can see a lot of aggression here, a lot of assaults coming in between the bases. We have a heal. True, we have a healing pad. We have a heal, and this one is not blocked by air blockers. Okay, so I have a very accessible healing pad on the left hand side. Also, another pair of gold bait. Jesus, what is happening in this game? It's crazy. Economic opener here by Clem. Faster CC on the low ground. But yeah, just some more gold bases. Another healing pad. Interesting. Okay. I think I can see why everyone vetoes this map. Like, this map is the most vetoed map in the current ladder map, or in the current tournament map pool. That's why we're seeing it for the first time. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot going on with like expiring tumors, with gold bases, with gold mineral patches, with healing pads as well. Close rush distance by air, that's another big factor. Limited dead space behind the main. Actually, I don't think there's any. I think this is it. So there's no way to hide. There's no way to hide behind the main. Here, I don't think this is enough to hide a unit here either, so you can only hide a unit outside of the natural on the left hand side. So very limited dead space. Overlord pillar here at the gold, and an overlord pillar here as well outside of the natural. Interesting. Do I like this map? It's hard to say. It's very, very hard to say. Likewise, I believe Stalkers cannot blink into the main from this triangular third base either. So this is not a blink Stalker map, which is why no blink Phoenixes. Yeah. Sorry, I was a little bit engrossed in the map, but yeah, there's no way into the main base with blink Stalkers. So Stargate opener makes more sense. So Stargate into Phoenixes. We do see herO mine through these patches and expand into the center towards his opponent. Meanwhile, Clem does move out. Clem, he is going to be spotted. Clem likewise also spots the attempt at third base. Third is going to be delayed. Phoenixes, they do patrol. Oh! Oh, mind shot goes off. Brutal connection. Brutal connection, regardless of what mine goes down, and herO defense. And here he will still expand towards Clem. So we'll take that Nexus. Behind this, going for the Forge, going for the Twilight Council. And this is going to be a unique experience here as well. Again, Stargate play is not the most common way to play out this matchup. It's going to be on herO to maintain map control and to potentially get some economic damage. As Phoenix as they move out. Run into the Viking. Again, we have Viking Cyclone building up here for Clem, so getting as much anti-air as possible. Stim is on the way. Getting a third Vax into a 3-1-1. Phoenix as they rotate over. Marines in position, no turret. One SCV goes down. From here, herO is going Phoenix into charge. Again, charge is just a really common follow-up in this matchup. Followed by, eventually, splash damage. I say eventually because last game it was delayed Colossus and it did lose herO that game. Part of it was that economic damage as well, true. How many minerals are these? 7? What? Yeah, 7. Okay, okay. So it takes 2 trips. So these are pretty thin, actually. Very thin. I'm pretty sure they're a little bit thicker, or I should say the minerals, there's more minerals in each patch on El Dorado, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, okay. Alright, building up. Likewise, third TC is on the way. So no crazy 2-base all in at a Clem. Right now he's just securing himself. You can see he's just very secure here on 2 bases. He has barely lost any SCVs. He's lost one worker so far. Which goal base will herO take? Both, I'm hoping. You're all animals, Pipe. You're all animals. You know what? He's going to take the goal, by the way. Jeez, he's crazy. He's expanding towards Clem again. You typically don't want to be expanding towards the Terran, but okay. I mean, I guess Clem can't really access his space yet, but I mean, you can see here that these tumors are going to expire soon. I mean, Clem, you can just focus him down, and he will. Uh-oh. I don't think hero's ready. I'll be honest. I don't know if he's quite ready for this. He's got some charge lots. Okay, okay. Clem, he backs off. Does spot the Phoenixes. He wants them. Oh. Okay, Clem, he's forced all the way back home. Nicely done. herO, he's buying time. He's buying time, forcing the army back. And here he's securing this position. God, this is just such an awkward setup here. Like, but okay. Clem likewise expanding to the low ground. I was not expecting this base to be taken, but okay, sure. Very wide open. Very wide open. Zealots they charge in. The mine shots. Mines they go off. They shut down the Zealots. Their tank does hold its own, and a much better trade here for Clem. Zealots do fall. You can see here the tumors they expire just before 8 minutes. Everything's suddenly open. Zealots are trickling in. Going down one after the other. Widow Mines they've not reset. Ooh, brutal connection. Yeah, and Clem, he just has a massive army. I mean, these are some better fights. Like, better trades, better fights for Clem, time and time again. Here he's bled out a lot of units. Now, the gold base will help. He is able to support this a little bit better because of the gold minerals. So he can be a little bit more wasteful when he can sustain those Zealots. But my biggest concern here is how long we've been stuck on this. Now we have a second Robo on the way, a Bay on the way, Colossus Productions on the horizon. But are we going to get there in time? It's all these Phoenixes. Oof. Takes another mine shot to the face. But here he just has to delay. Has to delay this move out because I really don't think he can defend against this. Let's go. He's got his pure charge. His pure charge lots. And a couple of Phoenixes. Widow Mines borrow. Clem is moving in. Here he has to make a stand here and now. Marines, they peel off. They deny mining at the gold. Ay, ay, ay. Like, I mean, the bases are in the same screen. Like, we're so close to each other. It's crazy. Like, it takes so little time for Clem to reinforce. To reinforce this position, Clem can just rally in. Yeah, he denies the gold. Here he comes in from behind. Catches out a Ghost. Ghost goes down. Mine shots they pop off. Oof. Clem forced to respond. Colossus have arrived. Let's go. Okay, okay. Here he's got his Colossus. He did buy enough time. I mean, Clem, he's been stuck in this position for a little bit too long. For quite some time. So here he's got his Colossi. He can take a fight. Clem fighting with half his army. Clem is going for a Doom Drop. So Clem is vulnerable. And he only has half his army here. But he sneaks out across the map. Yeah, here out of position, does commit. May just go for a base trade. Yeah, the natural base is going to go down, and here he has to keep going. At this point, we have to commit to the base trade. Oh, brutal connections though. Mine shots are going off. herO, there's no turning back around. The base goes down, lose the mineral line. And herO, he will claim the third. Jeez, he's up to 4 Colossus. That's a lot of lasers. Meanwhile, Clem, he takes down, oh, he's going for the production, depowers the robos, denies the disruptors. Colossus moving in. herO forcing his way up the ramp. Third base does fall. Again, it's all or nothing for herO. Oof. Knocks down the wall. Clem still gaining more ground, going for the 4th expansion. Clem kites back to the Muda Mines. The boys are being pulled. He wants a Colossus. He gets one. If one Colossus goes down, he should get the other as well. Brutal EMPs. And herO doesn't have enough. Does not have enough. He cannot keep pushing. Gets a couple of free swipes off. Gets a couple of connections. Down to 1 Colossus and down to 0. Yeah, 0 Colossus left. Just not enough. And everything has fallen. The natural, the third base, GG gets called, and Clem, he takes the lead in the series at 2-1. GG. The hell is this map? GG, well played. I say that, I mean, herO did take the risk. I mentioned it at the time, but expanding towards the Terran is a terrifying thing to do. It's very risky just because, like, Terran aggression and Terran timings, they hit so hard, they hit so fast. You ideally, in this matchup, you want as much room between yourself and the Terran player as possible. You want as much room as possible, especially early on. So to expand towards Clem is crazy, and it was a bold move. Didn't get away with it. Didn't get away with it in the end. Clem, he was able to deny mining, and we did have a crazy base trade towards the end. It was a risky maneuver. Clem, he just avoided the main army. He went for a backstab, and herO, he just accepted his fate, accepted the base trade, or at least attempted to try to go for it. And GG. GG, well played. Whew. Oh my god. And with that, we're getting into game number 4. Let's go. That's why I love this guy. True, true. I mean, that's what makes herO fun to watch, right? Makes him very fun to watch. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Winding it back, when it comes to herO's Phoenix opener, it wasn't quite worth it, right? Like, the Phoenixes, they didn't really get much done. Ideally, you want to be picking off SCVs and picking off key units, but the Phoenixes, they contained, I suppose, true, they contained Clem, that's all they did, right? Like, they didn't really get many worker kills, they didn't really get any medevacs or any key units, really. So the Phoenix opener was a little bit lackluster there for herO, and now we're getting into our next game. And we'll see how this story ends. I'm hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping for an extended series, but the pressure is on because spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Green Protoss player down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. For Twisted Minds, it is a herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid, leading the series 2-1. It is Clem. Here we go. As we do load into a bit of a more standard map, it does have some similar features. The biggest one is short rush distance by air, so because of that we could see potentially another Stargate opener. It's possible, but for the most part these bases are more secure. Even the triangular third base is on the high ground. You have a very narrow ramp here, right outside of the base. You have another couple of ramps here towards the left hand side as well. Like, these positions are a little bit more easy to defend and to fortify and to make a stand. So we shouldn't see anything as chaotic coming into Persephone, but we'll see. For now, economic opener, herO going for a Clem going for a faster CC on the low ground. We have seen a lot of maps or a lot of games on Persephone so far. A lot of games. And we'll see where this takes us. So now we are going to be settling in. So far, again, just a more economic opener here out of Clem, going for his own delayed factory into a starport. Likewise, herO has yet to really commit into any tech. We'll see if he goes for a Twilight Council or a Stargate. So far in this series, the one game that herO took was the game that Clem was overly greedy. We don't expect that to happen again in this series, though. So we'll see how herO will adjust his approach. So now setting up on 2 bases, moving out with the Sentry, moving out with the Hallucination to get vision across the map. Meanwhile, we can see that Clem, he hasn't really gotten any scouting information. Just like the last game, no Reaper. So no Reaper scout out of Clem. He went for an SCV scout earlier, followed by what looks to be a mine drop. Now last game, Clem did open Marine with a mine drop, so he could move out with everything. We'll see, as he may opt to go for additional Widow Mines. Hallucination does back off. Looks like he adjusts a single Widow Mine. Hallucination confirms the fact that we do have add-ons on the way, so no additional Widow Mine production. Gonna be the Tech Lab instead. Going for the Tech Lab, going for the second racks. Clem soon moving out. And he even leaves the Widowmine back at home. Okay, not what I expected. I mean, I say he leaves it back at home. It's waddling across the map. So Widowmine's going to be waddling into the natural, Marines into the main. herO, he does open up charge. Okay, for the second time this series. And we'll see what he can get done with it. Oh! As Clem is deflected. Widowmine is waddling in. Now, as I mentioned previously, charge is a very niche way to open up in this matchup, and typically it works best against the extremes. If Clem is hyper aggressive or if Clem is hyper greedy, that's where charge can really succeed. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to really make this work. Mine shot goes off, takes down 2 probes, and Clem pulls away. Does pull away. Proxy across the map here is going for the all-in. Yeah, he's just going for a 2-base all-in here. No gases at the natural. And how many gateways are we building up? Jesus, getting up to 7, getting up to 8. Oh my god, so it's going to be an 8-gate, 2-base charge all-in out of herO, proxied across the map. It's all or nothing. Now, back at home, what does Clem have? Clem, he will have his 1 tank on the low ground, but ideally he needs bunkers. The problem is that Clem doesn't know. Clem, he doesn't know what's going on.
Additional supply depots required.
The all-in is upon us. herO needs a little bit more time. As he is getting up to 9 gates. Jesus. Is building up. Clem, he kind of scouts. He sees extra gateways, which is a big tell. Yeah, and charges, I mean, they already reveal themselves. Boys are being pulled. The first tank is going to go down. And there's no bunker. There's no bunker here. Marines are falling left and right. Have brutal force field. And here he's not stopping. He's not stopping. He's still rallying in. Takes down Marauder after Marauder. Gets high ground vision. And this is just becoming too much here. Clem is getting caught with his pants down again. He did not realize what was going on until it was too late. Until it was already here again. A 9-gate 2-base all in. Celtec collapses up the bio. And there's what? There's 1 Marauder left. And here he's done it. He has done it. He has broken Clem. Which means we are going to the ace match. GG gets called. herO with the 2-base all in. He pops off, and we are going all the way to game number 5. GG. GG, well played. A build that I was not quite expecting for herO to whip out here of all maps, but did work out quite well for him. Again, Clem, he didn't see what was happening. This is the downside of Clem not going for the mine drop. If you remember, he went for a marine drop and he was deflected. A mine drop usually commits into the bases regardless, and he would have gotten extra information. Specifically, he would have seen the lack of gases and the extra gateways, which he failed to see. He failed to see until the very end, right? Until the very end of the game. So limited scouting there by Clem meant that he had no idea what was happening. Likewise, no safety bunker on the low ground. GG. GG, well played. We are going to the ace match. And I don't know what the vetoes were. Oh, gotta be loading into ley lines. One of my favorite builds when I'm off racing as Protoss is charge all in. Oh no, you're an animal, Pap. You're an animal. But yeah, unfortunately, because of the opener of Clem, again, he just had very limited information, very limited scouting. And I also don't blame him, right? Because the build that herO went for is very unique. It's not very common. Like, I can't remember the last time Max Packs went for, you know, an 8 or 9 gates 2-base all-in, for example, right? Like, that's not something that Max Packs often does. It's not something that Classic often does either. It's not a very common build at this level of play, so it's something that you're not always, like, looking out for. But herO's an animal. This we know. This we know. herO, he is an animal. It's crazy. Let's go. So we're getting into game number 5. And again, game 5 is going to be on ley lines. This could go either way. I don't expect herO to go for another 2-base all-in. As I mentioned before, like usually when it comes to these builds, you do them once in a series. Like even game 1 with herO opening up charge, that was a very different build to what we saw this game as well, right? Both games was charge based, that is true, but herO, he played that off of 3 bases instead. And it did hit a lot later as well. So we'll see what we get this time. On ley lines, we could see some Stargate play again. We could see a proxy gateway early on. Something that herO is very fond of is proxy Stargate, where you open up standard and you go proxy Stargate for a proxy Oracle across the map. He's quite fond of that in this matchup. We haven't seen it yet in this series. We might see it here. We'll see. We'll see. So we're getting into the ace match. And again, this can go either way. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the ley lines, we have our South Green Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing his new team, Twisted Minds, and bring it all the way back to the ace match, to this final game in this best of 5 series. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. Coming into this personally, I'm just happy that we get an ace match. Like, regardless of how this goes, we went the distance between Clem and herO all the way, pappy, all the way. So we are settling in into one of the more standard maps in the tournament map pool, is what I will say. At least we got to experience Torches once. Like, Torches was crazy. It's out of this world. What was happening? I look forward to seeing it again. Another day. But now herO moves out. Once again, Clem going for a single gas opener, going for a faster CC. Here he's in position to try and delay the command center, to ideally force it off center. CV moves down. And herO's on patrol. It's going to be Marine first here by Clem. He's going for the Marine first. Probe taking a lot of hits. Does he go for the pylon block? Up, taking a lot of damage. Marine comes out and the probe goes down. That should not have happened. Massive pick off here in the early game. Probe does go down and Clem expands. So nice little pick off in favor of Clem. Meanwhile, Clem, he does SCV scout. He confirms the timing of the Nexus. He's aware that everything is normal. This does confirm it's not like a crazy 2-gate opener, for example. So he is safe and sound. And now getting into his own factory. Meanwhile, herO, no Stargate. It's going to be a Twilight Council opener instead. Now, I expect Blink. We have seen Charge twice in this series, but that's more of the exception than the norm. But we'll see. As we expect herO to play standard this time. We'll keep an eye on him. As herO does move out. Clem going for the safety bunker. Likewise, here he does shade past, delaying the CC. Can he get the worker? Oh, not quite. Yeah, command center does finish. Nice save on the SCV as well. Clutch moves there by Clem. Saves the workers, completes the CC, morphs in the orbital, and Clem, he's in a solid position here. Not delayed. Not gonna be delayed too much at least. Meanwhile, blink opener here out of herO. Again, this makes plenty of sense. Standard start. Oh no! Saber. Shout out to Saber, by the way. Saber, he is a Chinese caster. He's a good guy. Good guy. Good guy. Hopefully everything's okay. As back at home, extra gateways being thrown down. It's going to be a 3-gate blink opener here out of herO. How did the soccer game go last week? Did Beyond show up? He did. He did not pass out. In my headcanon, he fell asleep as being the goalie, but yeah, they did post on social media. They posted like a team photo with like Beyond, Solar, Armani, sort of Petit Drogo, Lambo, all them together. Apparently it was tied. Apparently it was the tied 6-6, 6-6 scoreline. No winner. Yeah, and it was he was giving us the goss. Apparently Drogo was a really good goalie. And apparently Beyond did score a goal. Was very happy. he popped off, man. He was like Messi. It's crazy. As Clem back at home getting his 3-1-1 setup. Again, he's solid back at home with his tank in position. Sim City as well. Stim is on the way. Bunker on the low ground. Second bunker as well. You can see, again, this is typically how our TvPs do unfold, with the Terran player turtling up quite heavily here on 2 bases. And herO, he's pushing. How many gates so far? 3. So 3-gate blink into a 3rd base. herO, he should be expanding. He is moving out. That is true. And we'll see if herO can find a way in. But that's what the bunkers are for. See the rally here from Clem. herO is still reinforcing. herO, he delays his 3rd quite heavily, actually. 3rd base is delayed. herO, he does have extra warp-ins. He's much more committed this time. Going into the main. But you can see there are 2 tanks sieged up in the main base. There's a 3rd tank just now popping out. herO pokes in. And we'll see if herO can break Clem. Here we go. He does go for the dive. He gets 1. Takes out 1 of the... Oh my god. The punish is real. He flinks in. There was a tank, 2 bunkers, and an auto turret. Ay. That was not it, herO. That was not it. Takes down 1 of the tanks. The boys are being pulled. The stalkers, they get punished. That's a lot of stalkers going down. These are expensive losses here for herO. Ay. And he just keeps going. He's not stopping. Bunker does stand strong. herO, he rotates. Remember, there's 2 tanks waiting for this. He blinks in. The tanks, they punish. Stim is going to be dying. Stim finishes. Stim does finish. Stalkers go down, and herO, he loses everything. Yeah, he'll lose everything. He'll lose every single stalker. 2 stalkers survive. That was not worth it for herO. Again, Clem was very secure here on 2 bases, and that was not the play to go for. And this 3rd base is late. It's a very late 3rd base for herO. Ay. He's now taking into Storm, getting a 3rd base. I'm afraid to look. How much did herO lose there? 17 stalkers for what? For 1 tank. 1 tank, 2 bunkers, and a handful of marines. Oh no! Oh my god. That's... Mate. The prism goes down. There's nothing. There's nothing. This is the army. One High Templar. 1 High Templar is the army here for herO. Ay. Now he's got 2. Double the supply. The 2 High Templar, let's go. And here comes Clem. Clem, he's stepping out, he's moving out, and this is it. Let's go. We got 3 High Templar. It's all you need, Papi. It's all you need. 4 High Templar. Oh my god. We got storms for days. Get the feedback off. Nice splits there out of Clem. And now it's time to stim. It's time to stim. It's time to win. As Clem is moving in, This game was very, like again, the patience, get out of here. The patience blinks were crazy, but they were crazy. As everything just went perfectly for Clem, and there we go, he stims in, GG gets called, there is nothing left to defend, and Clem, he will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's WardiTV Monday champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played. The series ended how it began. It was crazy. What I mean by that, for those who were here at the start of the series, if you remember game 1, where Clem went 3cc, he went for an insanely fast 3rd cc into an early push, and herO, he went for a charge opener into an early move out as well. And game 1 was like perfect for herO. Like everything went right? Where Clem was being greedy, Clem was pushing as herO moved in, Clem was caught out of position, he was caught locked out of his own base, and it was just a really clean and really solid game out of herO. This was the polar opposite, where Clem, he was ready for 4-gate blink aggression. It was 3-gate blink, but he was ready for 4-gate blink. He had 3 tanks, he had 2 bunkers, he had the boys being pulled, he had the bio army, he had the Raven with the auto turret, he had everything ready. He's like, there's no way that herO sees this and he blinks in. herO saw it and he blinked in. He just went for the blink and he lost everything. Like that was, again, like polar opposites, where just everything just lined up and was like just everything lined up and it was perfect for Clem. herO, he was just hyper committed. 3-gate blink doesn't have to be aggressive like that, but herO, he made the choice. He made the choice not to get a 3rd and to have extra warp ins instead. He committed so hard, it was crazy. And GG, well played. With that, congratulations, Clem, he does claim the series, and he will be our champion. He will be our champion. herO, he will take 2nd place instead, but you know what, he played well. He played well to make it to the finals, and even here, the finals are very entertaining. I can say that with certainty. It was very entertaining finals here between herO and Clem, very back and forth. Again, herO and Clem are very closely matched. I will always say that, of course, Clem is the world champion, he's the reigning world champion, and Clem, he's the best player in the world, but there are certain players that can threaten him. Players like herO, players like MaxPax, Serral, Rainer, when he's not, you know, lost in the rift, Dark as well. Like, there are certain key players that definitely are at the level where they can, you know, go toe-to-toe with Clem and take maps and take series. herO is one of them, and yeah, it does make for a fun match. GG, well played. Congratulations. Oh. herO has lost it like an animal. Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, with that, GG, well played. Hope you all had a great time tonight. And if you want some more herO versus Clem, then you'll get more in a couple of hours. What is up next? That is going to be the Monday Night Weekly. Monday Night Weekly, I believe, is in 2 hours? Question mark? Sorry, it's in 30 minutes. The Monday Night Weekly is in 30 minutes. We will not cast that, but that is going to be over on Rotterdam's channel. I believe Rotterdam, Zombie Grub, and Steadfast. They usually cover the Monday Night Weekly, so they got you covered there. As we switch things over and catch up on our schedule. We, on the other hand, are going to be calming down. We're going to be going to sleep. I look forward to it. It's going to be getting some rest. And in a couple of hours here at 9 AM KST, that's going to be 10 AM AST. That's going to be in 8.5 hours. In 8.5 hours, we're going to be back in the morning with the Pigasaur Monday. So plenty of content on the channel, as always. You can see here Tuesday, we have the Pigasaur Monday. We have the Rex April Madness in the evening. We have Code for Giants Cup, the podcast. We have Lil League Cup. Hey, we saw Lily lagging out earlier, but we are going to be covering the Lily Cup Thursday and Friday. We have the Rex April Madness, KSL, Firegrow Cup, and even more StarCraft. So plenty of content here on the channel. Plenty of StarCraft on the horizon. And yeah, with that, if you enjoyed the cast, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the StarCraft, then consider following. Consider following us. Check us out on YouTube as well. !socials in the chat, and you'll get a link to our YouTube channel. We do stream on a daily basis, plenty of content. I do apologize for being a little bit low energy. I was very tired here, and I just haven't been able to sleep too well just because we've been casting so much. I'll get some rest and hopefully be fully rested and ready for the Pigasaur Monday. Hopefully. So there we go. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for the support, do appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow in 8.5 hours for the Biggest War Monday, or we'll see you later on tomorrow evening for the Rex April Madness for Group C of the Rex April Madness. We got you covered. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Again, we have 2 casts a day every single day. We do have half a day off on Friday. So Friday we have half a day off, where we can stream and ladder and play some other games. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. See you guys next time for some more StarCraft, some more CranKy Ducklings. As always. Otherwise, with that, thanks for watching, and yeah, with that, do check out some of the other channels out there, as they're going to be going live with the Monday Night Weekly. We'll give them a raid. We'll give them some support, give them some love. Otherwise, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.